What what made you make the switch from like being a moon landing denier to like
That's a good question.
Crazy if you don't think we went
I don't think we're crazy. No, this is my take on it. Absolutely, I don't know enough about astrophysics, about space travel, about the science that's the work that's been done, about how to get a rocket to the moon and back. I definitely don't know enough.
It's rocket science.
And I've looked at a lot of very compelling documentaries that explain why they think it was hoaxed. And they'll show you some footage, and you can look at some of the footage, and it looks fake as fuck. There's some footage that, to me, looks really doctored. There's
to this day?
Yeah, to this day. Okay. There's some when you ever seen ones where it looks like they're on wires, like the astronauts are on wires?
I have.
There's some where there's a video where they look like they're on a trampoline. They're bouncing around on trampolines. Mm-hmm. The physics are different in different videos. This is where it gets weird. Like the physics are different from the Apollo 11 moon landing. We see them waddle around on the surface of the moon. They're moving at like half speed. And then you see them in other ones, like the one where they bounce around the air. You're like, wow, they're moving different. They're in the same thing, but it looks different. The first one was very grainy. They showed it on a projection screen.
Right.
There's a couple different possibilities. One possibility is it just looks weird because it's on the moon and your brain is trying to interpret it and your brain's going, well, that's fake, because you don't really understand what 1/6 Earth's gravity really does to a body. That's one possibility. Another possibility, which has been shown to be true, is that some of the stuff that they passed off as being legitimate photographs of space travel was actually test runs where they blacked out the background and pretended that they were in space. And there's one really clear example of this. It's Michael Collins. Michael Collins, who was a guy who was aboard Apollo 11.
Right.
And Gemini 15, there's a photo of him in the middle of a, what is it when they walk around outside the spacewalk? They call it spacewalk? Yeah. Why does that seem like a bad word? It's like spacewalk. Like it doesn't seem like that's the official title. Well, it's in the middle of a spacewalk.
It's probably something more.
Yeah.
A little more syllables.
Yeah, something slicker. Anyway, so he's doing the spacewalk and he's got this harness on. He's holding on to this like thing, and it was apparently just an image that had already been published of him in a training exercise, and they blacked out the background and flipped the picture upside down.
That's the joint right there.
It's the same exact photo. Same exact photo. I mean, people have lined it up and switched it over. It's the same photo. It's just been edited. So the one on the left was them practicing how to use these. I don't guess that the harness is some sort of a thing that he's hanging on to. I guess it moves him around a little bit.
Right.
They were trying to practice it on the left, and on the right, they just passed it off. But those are publicity photos, right?
Right.
So you got to go, well, okay, well, who approves of publicity photos? It could easily be just some idiot who works in the publicity department who did marketing, who didn't think they had enough photos from the moon that were good of spacewalks. It's probably insanely difficult to take a spacewalk photo. So does that mean that they faked the moon landing? No, but it means that people fake things. So you got to be really objective and looking at that.
Right.
Okay, so people say fake things. They definitely filmed a lot of the training exercises that they did of the moon landing.
Right.
They filmed a lot of shit. They definitely did. If that has already been proven, that they took this fake photograph and they tried to pass it off as a real spacewalk, it's entirely possible that some of the stuff that they filmed, they made out to look like they were on the moon when they were not. But does that mean they didn't go to the moon? No, it doesn't. And so when I was saying it proves that they didn't go to the moon, my critique of myself is that I didn't look at it objectively because I wanted one conclusion to be true. And I wanted that conclusion to be that the moon landing was fake. So I looked at it and I was saying to myself, okay, did I come to this conclusion because there's a lot of evidence that shows it to be fake, or have I seen a lot of evidence that looks fake? And does that mean that they didn't go to the moon? Right. No, it doesn't. There's a bunch of different possibilities. There's a ton of different possibilities. There's also the possibility that whatever photographs they took can get severely damaged in the radiation of space, and that it was really difficult to do.
Right.
That's possible too, and that they decided somehow or another that they were going to pass off these, that they actually did go, and they decided they're going to pass off some of these fake videos. So there's a bunch of possibilities. the possibility that it looks fake because I'm dumb and because I don't understand anything about the physics of 1/6 Earth's gravity, and it just looks weird because it's shitty film, it's 1969. That's possibility number one. Number two is they fake some things. Or number three is they didn't really have good footage because, like, you couldn't take film through the airport. Remember that?
Yeah.
Like, people would go through those radar detectors, and your film would get jacked, and they weren't responsible.
I didn't have any film, but I know.
People that I have friends that are photographers, and my uncle's a photographer, and he would tell me, you can't send the film. Like, if you have, like, you take a roll of film and awesome
So
pictures.
how would they get it through?
I don't know what the fuck they did. But I know that some film has been damaged, or maybe it's an urban myth. Maybe find out if film got damaged by those radar things at the airport. X-rays.
Because in my mind, if you like somebody, right, you see them, you're gonna go up to them and speak to them. I just try to gauge things on how I would do it, right? For example, I was on a plane with Steve Nash this morning.
Okay.
I saw Steve Nash. I'm like, and Wax is like, oh shit, Wax, my boy. He's like, oh shit, that's Steve Nash. And I'm like, oh shit, that's Steve. I didn't speak to Steve.
Did you say hello?
No.
Nothing.
No.
Okay.
I didn't feel it. Even though I respect him.
Right.
Know he's a great player. But if it was John Stockton,
That's a little
I'd be like,
That's
John,
a little
hey!
different.
You know what
That's
I'm
a little
saying?
different.
Steve, I
Yeah.
didn't feel
There's
that
some
with
people you
Steve.
have to say hi to.
Say what?
There's some people you have to say hi to.
Rachel Dolezal.
Get the fuck out of here.
I said hi.
Did you?
I met her. Seattle. Absolutely.
Where was she?
I saw her with, I think she had at least one kid, maybe another one. She's just at the airport. We're online.
She's bisexual
No
now,
TSA
too.
pre-check.
She's
What?
bisexual.
She's bisexual now, too.
She's bisexual, biracial. She's not biracial.
Transracial.
She is black. She's not both.
Transracial.
I know, but what I'm saying is she's bi, so she's straight and gay with the thing.
Yeah.
But I said hello, said what's up. Amazing forehead. One of the best foreheads you'll ever see in a game.
I would have
Unreal.
ignored her.
What?
I would have ignored her. Rachel Dolezal? Yeah.
You wouldn't have got the selfie?
No. I
I saw Jussie Smollett. I took a picture of him
Oh my goodness.
in Lafayette Bakery.
What do you think is going to happen with him?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Absolutely
Ride that out?
nothing.
It's amazing
There's
nothing
no such-
legally. It's amazing legally.
Oh, I think
that
Chicago was
nothing's
coming
happening.
after him, though.
You think so?
Nah.
Yeah, didn't they say that
They're
they were
trying
going
to get him for the money.
for the money that they spent?
But that's not that much.
There's no such thing as cancel culture no more. Cancel culture is absolute bullshit, bro.
Ooh.
Really?
O.J. Simpson proved that.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when Bill Cosby comes home, he'll be on the road doing motherfucking stand-up. R. Kelly's still out here selling shows. Like, Charlie Sheen is still out here flourishing. Like, there's
Charlie
no
Sheen ducked it all.
Dude, what?
Ducked
Wait a
it
minute.
all.
Wait a minute. Not all. He did get that AIDS.
He's got AIDS, but
He got that AIDS. He got the good AIDS?
Today with medication.
Exactly.
He
What is
Mayweathered
AIDS?
it?
Doesn't
Yeah.
even.
What
You're
is
worse off getting the
HIV?
flu.
Come on, man. Man, what is HIV?
Yeah, what is it?
Some say the greatest endorsement deal Magic Johnson ever signed. I'm saying, we're not going to act like his career didn't flourish.
Bro,
And he looks great.
Take this AIDS, you go get some movie theaters out of it.
I was in my car the day they announced on the radio that Magic Johnson had HIV, and I was shitting my pants. I was like, oh my God, this is like the beginning of a zombie movie. We're all going to get it. If Magic Johnson, with all his money and all his fame, if he's got it, I'm
Yeah.
going to get it. We're all going to get it. I was terrified.
Did you stop rolling?
I remember in my car driving,
Yeah.
and then I hear it on the radio. I'm like, holy shit, this is insane. 30 years later, he looks great.
He looks amazing.
He looks great.
He's on
Amazing.
TV telling us why he left the motherfucking Lakers.
He's like,
and
"Fuck the Lakers."
Not once did somebody say, yo, you know Magic got HIV?
Oh, I said
Yo,
it.
This how you... Shut up. No,
Immediately.
you did.
That's all I was thinking about. Every time I
Knock
see
it
him.
off.
Because
I
he
don't
looks
believe you.
incredible. He does look incredible.
He does look incredible.
Yeah.
He does look incredible.
He's not even positive in tests anymore.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I heard that.
Yeah. If you give him a test for HIV, it comes up negative. Because apparently with these protease inhibitors and all these different things that they take to the different medications, you don't even test positive for HIV anymore.
By the way, then listen, it was this older white dude, and I forgot what TV show I was on the set of, but he was explaining to me the whole situation with Magic, and he was like, the reason that they chose Magic was because they wanted to erase a lot of these stigmas. People thought that HIV and AIDS was a gay disease, and they needed like a alpha male, I guess, to have it, to kind of erase that stigma and to let people know that you can live with it. Like HIV,
You mean
AIDS.
like
is-
they gave it to him?
Well, this is what he told us. This is not, by the way, this is not a Charlemagne the God theory. All right? I'm telling you what somebody told me. What they said to me was Magic had got caught up in some type of scandal. And,
I heard this.
Before,
Underage, right?
Yeah, and before the scandal came out, because the person that he was with was like
allegedly
some bigwig's child or something like that. And so they said, this is what you're going to do so we don't ruin you. I'm not saying it's true.
Joe, before you take this in, he believes in Sasquatch.
No, I'm not saying I believe this.
He doesn't. He believes Sasquatch was real.
That just started right now on this podcast. If I asked him yesterday, he'd be like 100% there. Sasquatch is real.
I would say this. I'm not saying I believe that magic theory. I'm just repeating what I was told.
That is a common rumor that's out there. I've heard that. I've heard that rumor as well. That he doesn't actually have it, but that it was either that or.
But we just got done saying how you read rumors about you that are ridiculous, and you go, "What the fuck?" And then you realize, oh, this is what happens.
Yes.
People just make shit up, and then people repeat the shit that people make up.
Because we can't fathom that he beat AIDS, bro. AIDS was bodying people
Killing
back in the
people.
day.
Like Freddie Mercury.
Freddie gone.
Yeah.
Who else?
Eazy-E.
Eazy-E, my downstairs neighbor.
Yeah.
Was your downstairs neighbor?
No, I had a downstairs neighbor who had AIDS.
You gotta put a comma on this shit, man.
I'm just saying. Listen, I don't
Can't throw that in the sentence.
That's not enough of a pause there.
Bro, I learned about AIDS real young. My downstairs neighbor, dead.
I thought Andrew was in his 30s. I'm like, he was your downstairs neighbor? I was like, what the?
So look at
this
Charlie
motherfucker.
Sheen.
Look at him, yo.
Book Charlie Sheen for $350. Book him where?
On Cameo.
Oh, on Cameo.
What the fuck
Why
is
does he
Cameo?
have sunglasses on? Like, what is happening here? What is he doing?
Yeah, I
This strange
Shout
fella.
out to somebody, just showing you what he's up to.
He aged very quickly. It's like, see, he seemed to be fine when he was doing 2.5 Men. When he stopped doing that show, he aged like 100 years.
Joe, he has HIV. We don't know how it's affecting
That's true
him.
too. I forgot he has
Exactly.
HIV. I forgot.
Everybody
he has it.
Everybody's not Magic Johnson here. Okay,
I
You know
forgot
what
he
I'm
has
saying?
it.
I'm saying
Magic.
That's why. That, by the way, that is why I say Magic is like the greatest NBA player of all time.
Why?
Because of that, he played 13 seasons in the NBA, went to 9 NBA finals, won 5 of them, won in college, came in, won his rookie year, and went one-on-one with HIV and fucking won.
Destroyed.
He destroyed the stigma of HIV.
He definitely did.
Anybody that catches HIV right now, the first thing you're going to say to yourself is,
Give me Magic stock.
I can live through anything if Magic made it.
Real talk.
You know what I'm
Magic's
saying?
fine. 30
That's
years
it.
later, he's okay.
What
It's not
the-
a death sentence
That's
anymore.
it.
So let's find one that we disagree on. I think you believe the official story of the JFK assassination, do you?
More or less, yeah.
More or less.
Yeah.
My belief, and this changes over time, I think that Lee Harvey Oswald was in on it. I think he was a part of it, but I think there were multiple people that were in on it. That's what I believe.
Do you think there are multiple shooters?
Yes. And one of the reasons why I believe that is because of the formation of the single bullet theory. And the single bullet theory was formed because the fact that they had to account for one bullet that hit the underpass, ricocheted off, and put some man in the hospital. And that before that, they did not have an explanation for why all of these bullet holes, all these wounds were in all these different people's bodies. The other reason why I'm inclined to believe there's a conspiracy was the fact that they found that bullet on Connolly's gurney when they brought him into the hospital. It's too convenient, and the bullet itself is fairly pristine. Now, knowing as much as I know about bullets from personal experience of hunting, you can't hit anything with a bullet. I pulled a lot of bullets out of animals. When you shoot an animal and you hit bone, those bullets, they distort brutally. I mean, they don't look like that after they go through 2 people and hit all sorts of bone. That's the bullet that came out of Connolly's body, or Connolly's gurney, excuse me. And that's the bullet that they're attributing to this single bullet theory. If you look at the path of the bullet that goes through Connolly, or goes through Kennedy and then goes through Connolly, that to me is not unbelievable. It's not unbelievable.
That one is. But you got to look at the other one.
But even that one, see what I'm saying? Even that one is not unbelievable. It is believable to me because I know that bullets do strange things when they hit things.
Right, but you got to combine that with the fact that the bullet came out fairly pristine, which means it didn't actually go through a kind of a bouncy path like that.
Right.
It
Well,
went through a
that's-
straight path. This diagram is from
A conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, essentially.
Yes. But the thing
there are other
is,
diagrams that will show the actual path with him. Like, they've got the butts there on the same level, and you know that Kennedy was actually sitting
he was
above
elevated.
Connolly.
Yes. So see if we can find one that has the actual seating arrangement, or more accurate seating. Well, the one right there with the red line on the right-hand side, the one on the right-hand side, that's a more accurate.
From above, yeah.
Yeah, from above.
Yeah.
There's also the fact that there was particles. There was more metallic particles from the bullets, more fragments from the bullet in Connolly's body than were missing from the bullet. I do not believe that was the bullet, and I think that is a very reasonable assumption.
Well, you know what you should do? You should get one of those guns, get the same bullets, get some ballistic dummies with some bones inside, and start shooting.
They've already done that.
Yeah,
Penn and Teller did that.
Yeah, but some people have done it, and they have found pretty close to what actually happened.
No, they didn't.
Within the round.
No. Every bullet that hit bone got distorted. That's just what happens. When you shoot those bullets into water, or you shoot those bullets into like fluff or something like that doesn't have a lot of impact to slow the bullet down, then you get a bullet that looks like that. If you shoot a bullet into bone, they distort wildly.
But the bone was the last thing that it hit.
But it doesn't matter. It's still hitting bone.
But it stopped at that point.
Yeah, but I mean, didn't it hit bone in Kennedy's body as well?
Went through his neck, didn't it? So
the odds of it hitting only soft tissue, and it's going to go through his neck, and it came out here, that it didn't clip one of his vertebrae or something like that, I don't think that's real.
Yeah.
I think also there's a difference between, and this is a fact, from David Lifton's book, Best Evidence, which was a book by an accountant who went over the Warren Commission report and found all these factual inaccuracies and all these contradictions. He found that there was a difference in the autopsy report at Bethesda, Maryland, the Bethesda Naval Hospital, versus what they had reported on the scene in Dallas. The first doctors that got a hold of Kennedy's body in Dallas before they flew him to Bethesda said that the hole in his neck was an entry wound. When they got to Maryland, they changed that to a tracheotomy hole. They changed the impact, and they said that it was this was not an impact from a bullet, that it was from something else.
yeah, someone said they enlarged the hole to insert a trach tube.
Yeah. Well, I think. Well, there was also a lot of pressure on these people to try to wrap this up nice and tight and say that Lee Harvey Oswald was the shooter.
There was, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's this big thing about the CIA inventing the FBI? The FBI, well, inventing the term conspiracy theory was a CIA thing.
I think it was the CIA.
Yeah, and this was a couple of years after the assassination. There was a memo that went out where they were concerned about all these conspiracy theories that were coming out. And they used the term conspiracy theories, and then they said they should try to basically debunk them and make the people who spread them around look like conspiracy theorists, basically.
Right.
So that the theory is that the term conspiracy theory came from that particular memo.